you doing, folks? This is the Pop Music Freak. I am back with another Song Facts Countdown video, counting down my 1,000 favorite songs of all time, and we're up to number 857, a song by a group from Australia who are very strong chart presence late in the 70s and early in the 80s, talking about the Little River Bands, and they had a good run of hits from basically 1977 up till about 82, 83. But this was the biggest hit they ever had in the American charts. It's Little River Band's Reminiscing from 1978. Let me give you the song facts on this great song. Reminiscing is a song by Australian soft rock music group Little River Band, released in June of 1978 as the second single from their fourth studio album, Sleeper Catcher. The song was written by the band's guitarist, Graeham Goble, and sung by their lead singer, Glenn Sharrock. Reminiscing peaked at only at number 35 on the Australian Kent Music Report chart, but was a huge hit in the United States, going as high as number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 in October of 78. At the Australian 1978 King of Pop Awards, the song won Australian Record of the Year. Reminiscing was given a BMI 5 million Air Award for 5 million plays on U.S. radio, the highest achievement ever for any Australian popular song. Yes, more plays than any Olivia Newton-John song or Air Supply or Men at Work. According to Albert Goldman's biography, John Lennon named Reminiscing as one of his favorite songs. May Pang, erstwhile girlfriend of Lennon, said oddly, with all the fantastic music he wrote, our song was Reminiscing by the Little River Band. So that should tell you how much that song was in the scheme of the music scene at a time when disco was absolutely dominating the charts. Soft rock was holding its own with acts like the Little River Band. So in 2005, Goble spoke of his inspiration and recording of a song, saying, "I loved watching old black and white movies, and I always also loved the music of Glenn Miller and Cole Porter, that whole era of writing, and it was my attempt to write a song to depict the romantic era. Came out very quickly. I wrote it in about half an hour. Even though a lot of people think it sounds complicated, on the guitar it's very simple to play, and it nearly never got recorded. When the time came to record it, the keyboard player I wanted to use, Peter Jones, was out of town. So we cut the band track with a different keyboard player. It didn't work. A few days later, when we tried it again with a different keyboard player, again it didn't work. And the band was losing interest in the song. Just before the album was finished, Peter Jones came back into town. The band and I had an argument because I wanted to give Reminiscing a third chance. Peter played on it, we cut it, and finished it, and sent the album to Capitol. Capitol said that they couldn't hear any singles on the album and didn't know what to release. 5 weeks later, someone at Capitol's New York office said, "You're all crazy. Reminiscing is a smash." Capitol put it out, and it's just immediately caught on fire and became our highest chart hit. Goble added, "It's quite staggering. You don't realize you've written something like that until it happens, until it's history." It's funny how that behind-the-scenes things, really have an impact on everything. This song pushed them ahead, pushed them even further up in the pantheon of 70s soft rock artists. They were more, before then they only had real two big hits in the U.S., Help Is On Its Way and Happy Anniversary, and this was their third biggest hit and the first one to crack the top 5. So that definitely was a big push forward for them. Kept them very active for the next 5 years, basically. All right, so let's review the chart listings again. On the Billboard Hot 100, it peaked at number 3. October 28th, 1978, just so you know what was ahead of it. Number 1 was Hot Child in the City by Nick Gilder, and number 2 was You Needed Me by Anne Murray. So it was in stiff competition, as those two songs were big million sellers. All right. Now, as in terms of easy listening chart, it was still called the easy listening chart. It would soon be changed to the adult contemporary chart. Peaked at number 10 on that chart. Number 1 in Canada on the adult contemporary chart. Number 7 on the pop chart in Canada. number 17 in New Zealand, and as I mentioned, number 35 in Australia. Now, for the year-ending chart for 1978, ranked number 65 on the Hot 100 for the year. In Cashbox, it was the number 30 hit for the year. And in Canada, it was the number 34 hit of 1978. Now, in terms of remakes, there's one big remake. Madison Avenue was an Australian band who covered the song in 2001, and it hit the top 10 on the Australian charts, did better than the original, and was number 9 for the year in 2001. Now, other cover versions. In July 1978, Chirac recorded a Spanish-language version of the song titled Recordando, using the original backing track and backing vocals. Thumbs Carlisle recorded a jazz cover in 1979. Barry Manilow recovered the song for his 1996 album, Summer of 78. Who else we got? Goble, Chirac, and B. Birtles, three of the original members of the Little River Band, who reformed under the name Birtles, Chirac, Goble, recorded Reminiscing for the 2003 CD Full Circle. K.D. Lang recorded a song for the Australian version of a 2011 album, Sing It Loud. And Little River Band now for new lead singer Wayne Nelson re-recorded a song in 2016 for their Greatest Hits collection, The Hits Revisited. And Glenn Chirac recorded it in 2019 for Glenn Chirac Sings the Little River Band. One interesting sample, Biz Markie sampled the song for his song Throwback on the album Weekend Warrior. Interesting choice. And, it's been featured in several movies. A lot of movies, some of which doesn't make any sense at all was on there. But anyway. That's about it. Those are the song facts I have for Reminiscing, number 857 on my top 1,000 list of favorite songs of all time. Hope you enjoyed this list. I am going to post a link to the original video in my description. So I hope you like the video. I hope you share it. I hope you subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the bell. This way you notify when the next video is going to be up and running on YouTube. Okay? So thank you folks very much. I wish all of you peace and love.